Legendary actress Glenda Jackson could soon make Tony Award history. The 82-year-old is already one of 24 people who have earned the Triple Crown of acting, with 2 Oscars, 2 Emmys, and a Tony. Tomorrow, she's expected to earn another Tony nomination for her gender-bending performance as King Lear on Broadway. If she wins, she would be the first to win Best Actress in back-to-back years. She talked to us about her role in King Lear and much more. You said Shakespeare really asks 3 questions.
Absolutely. Who are we? What are we? Why are we? And no one's come up with sufficiently comprehensive answers. So I suppose we'll all keep on asking those questions.
Wheresoever you are.
They're the questions Glenda Jackson takes on as King Lear in this new adaptation of the Shakespearean tragedy on Broadway.
Undoubtedly the case in Shakespeare. You often learn more about your own character from what other people say or do than what he actually gives you to say. But that's life, isn't it? God, the guy was a genius.
Go back to the moment you're told you're going to play Lear. What is the first set of things you do?
The first set of things I did was to find out the hours that elderly people could use the pools in my local swimming pool, because I was really scared that I didn't have either the physical or the vocal strength for it. And so I would get in the pool with my fellow elderly swimmers, and it was really marvelous. It was like a kind of elderly United Nations, do you know what I mean? There we all were, swimming and walking, and it was great.
Expose yourself to feel.
There is an energy in these plays, and if you manage to tap into that, it just carries you along, like a kind of jet plane or something. And that is extraordinary and very unique.
And her performance as Lear is extraordinary. 8 times a week, a 3.5-hour show, she roars and stomps across the stage. It's a reminder of the Jackson we knew and loved from the 1960s to the 90s. Jackson received 2 Oscars for Best Actress. For Women in Love.
Aren't they charming, Ursula?
And A Touch of Class.
You're all the same, this obsession with male sexual prowess.
She won audiences and 2 Emmys as Queen Elizabeth I in the PBS masterpiece Elizabeth R.
You never had nor shall have any who loves you better.
But after decades of captivating performances, she retired from acting in 1992.
And we serve and work for our people.
To become a politician.
Glenda Jackson.
She served as a member of Parliament in the UK for 23 years. What roles are being written for women in politics?
I think there has been a major shift there. There's a basic gate that yet has to be opened. Women can not like each other. I mean, actively, positively dislike each other. But they can sit around a table and concentrate on a problem that requires solution and come up with a solution.
Everything I had been taught.
After a long hiatus from acting, Jackson re-emerged on Broadway last year in 3 Tall Women, winning yet another award.
Thank you very much indeed.
This time, a Tony.
I feel I'm blessed in as much as the socioeconomic group I come from. It was very simple. If you didn't work, you didn't eat. And so I have been blessed with a strong work ethic, and I value that very much. You know, interviewers would say about the play, is it fun? Are you enjoying it? And my immediate response is, it's work. What do you mean? You know, it's work. And when I think of all those years that I pursued work and didn't get it.
You mentioned how playwrights are not writing roles for women. What do we think that is?
I don't know. It still remains that if a woman is successful at whatever she chooses to do, she is the exception that proves the rule. If she fails, well, we told you they were all failures. And that basic untruth, I don't see fracturing or cracking or becoming frayed around the edges as far as contemporary dramatists are concerned. And it puzzles me. I don't know why they find us so boring.
Have you ever thought about writing a play?
I couldn't write a postcard. I swear to you, I could not. No.
Why?
I don't know. I like to think my brain moves too quickly and my hand can't catch up, but I'm sure that isn't true. And because when I have said that, people say to me, well, then record it. And I said, then I'd be talking to myself. And we all know what that's the first sign of.
She turns 83 next week, but for Jackson, she says age is more of an annoyance than anything else.
The me inside hasn't changed at all. I mean, I think the me inside is about 15 years old. It's the envelope that's carrying the me inside around that simply refuses to do what I tell it. You know what I mean? My fingers won't work, and my back gives me trouble, and I lose my balance and things like that. And also, I'm so aware of how much I don't know, and I think, my God, you're so ignorant. Have you got time to learn? You'll have to wait and see.
She's so wise.
Oh, so wise. And she talks about even as much theater as she's done, before every performance, it feels as though this might be the time I can't do it, which is to say that she has that aliveness with every single performance.
And Lear is a heck of a show. I mean, that's a big performance. You have to put a lot into that every night.
Yeah, and she says if by the end you're not totally spent and totally wrung out, then you haven't done your job.
Not easy to do at 83, as she says it is work.
Right. Well, she points out if they're not going to write plays for women, then women will just play men.
No.
She's beginning a trend.
It's like being in the presence of an energy transformer being near her.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's got a lot going on. And we'll bring you, tomorrow, we will bring you the Tony nominations right here on CBS This Morning. Gayle will be on stage with two of Broadway's biggest stars to announce the nominees. And on June 9th, the 73rd Annual Tony Awards will be hosted by The Late Show's James Corden. You can watch right here on CBS.